Okay, it's Rant Man Dog here to talk to you about something else dealing with transferring of files and all that other kind of stuff from one computer to the other. You know, why doesn't Microsoft, the big gorilla on the block, go to all the computer manufacturers, all the software manufacturers saying, look, here's the deal. Guess what? When we try to sell an upgrade to our system, or we kind of sit at a smoke-filled room with Michael Dell and say, hey Mike, here's a new way to make them buy more Dell computers. We're going to change the operating system. You know, why don't you consider that, you know, people actually might want to move their WordPerfect or their TurboCAD program, or, oh, maybe their Thumbs Plus or Adobe Photoshop or Turbo FTP or something like that from one computer to the other. Now, you know, a lot of times what I've done is, you know, you can just download the program again. Like, for example, Turbo FTP. A great little program. I mean, you know, it does pretty good, you know. Saves your email addresses and everything. I mean, your server login information. We'll talk about their password stuff later. And so you just buy it again for 29 bucks or 39 bucks and put it on your computer. And you think, well, you know what? I got a whole bunch of accounts, my FTP servers that I'm logging into, and I don't really remember all the usernames and passwords that I used. So I'd like to just go ahead, and I want TurboCAD on my new computer to have all that shit. So you go into TurboCAD in your programs file or whatever, and you look there and you say, well, you know, maybe they have some file that calls user settings, or look here for your TurboCAD shit in case you want to transfer from this computer over to this computer. Just download our program onto this new computer here, and then copy this file from here, this folder from here, over to this new computer, and that's the folder that contains all your user settings. You think you can find a folder like that? God damn it, it ain't there. On these programs, you got to hunt around. There's maybe an INI file, or maybe they fake you out and they call it CFG, or maybe STG, or XYZ, or something like that. You don't really quite know where your goddamn user settings are stored. So what you have to do is, sometimes if you're downloading version 1 of let's say TurboCAD, and version 1 of TurboCAD here and version 1 of TurboCAD here, what you do is, after you get them all downloaded, you just go ahead onto your other computer and you copy the entire programs directory from the source computer over to the target computer, and sometimes miraculously all of your settings will transfer in. But a lot of times it doesn't do that, and you spend half a goddamn day trying to figure out where your goddamn settings are. Look, Mr. Programmers, if you've got a setting, like for example in TurboCAD, where you set up all of your dimensions of your drawings and all of your toolbars and all that other kind of stuff, or even WordPerfect, which uses a WordPerfect template, which is stored in WP12, custom templates, something or whatever, way down underneath there. You know, why don't you make it so every program underneath the program has a folder called Program Settings or User Customization Settings? Every program. And that way, anytime a dumb idiot like me wants to transfer, upgrade, or put a program on a new computer, all I gotta do is, I won't have to waste my time trying to recreate all this shit, or trying to look around and try to find out where this crap is actually being stored on my source computer. All I have to do is go to the source computer. Under each one of the programs, under program files, I'm going to find a folder that says User Configuration Settings. And it'll be pretty standard across the board that when you want to copy and get your user stuff from one computer to the other, you just copy that one folder and stick it in the same place, in the same directory structure as it is on the existing, the previous computer. Jesus fucking Christ, it ain't rocket science. Remember, for me, it's about customer convenience, and I'm the customer. I really don't care how much trouble it is for the coders to code that shit. You need to make it so that it's the same for every program. And in this regard, I know there's a lot of you out there that hate Microsoft. Let me tell you, I don't hate Microsoft. Bill Gates deserves every billion of the billions of dollars that he has. Why? Because in the early days, he was able to say, look, goddammit, you're going to do it fucking my way or the highway. If you want to, my operating system is all over the world, and if you want to be able to use my operating system, you need to code according to the standards that we want to code. I'm old enough to remember what it was like in the early days of computers, where anytime you loaded up a new program on your computer, everything fucking crashed. Every time you stuck a USB thing into your computer, or a sound card, or an extra hard drive or everything crashed, and you lost all of your data and stuff. Well, Thank God for the big gorilla on the block to be able to come in and say, yo dude, if you guys want to play in my zoo, you're going to have to constrain yourself to the cages that I've made for you so that everything can play nice together. So props to you, Microsoft. You really got it going on. I'll bitch and moan about your other programs some other time, but I'm going to give it to you right there.